Good morning and happy Friday, January 29th, our last day in January. Can you believe it? We are going to do a lesson today about colony settlement, especially in the Roanoke and Jamestown settlements. Okay, between the 14 and 1600s, European countries, they established a lot of colonies and settlements in North America, South America, and Central America. Please remember that a settlement is just a small community of people, where a colony is a settlement far from a country that rules it. Okay, so the 13 colonies were ruled by England. England is so far away from North America. You get the gist. Okay, the Spanish were the first to come to the Americas and colonize. Okay, the colonies that they founded were in California, Florida, Mexico, Central America, and South America. You can still see the Spanish influence in these places today, in culture, in architecture, in language, everything. The first permanent Spanish colony was established in St. Augustine, Florida, actually, in the year 1565. France, Holland, and England also explored the Americas, but did not settle with permanent colonies until the 1500s. Okay. French fur trappers sold valuable beaver fur to European markets, so they did come over here for those pelts. They also set up trading posts to buy furs from Native Americans here. The colony of Quebec in what is present-day Canada became France's hub of operations in North America. All right. In England, in the year 1607, the first English colony is established in Jamestown, Virginia. This was led by Captain John Smith. We talked about him and some of his kind of not-so-great qualities yesterday. The Pilgrims arrived on the coast of New England in the year 1620. We've heard of the Mayflower, okay? They wanted religious freedom. They were Puritans. They founded Plymouth County. They thrived because of the farming advice that they received from Native Americans. The Native Americans helped them survive. Holland, Henry Hudson claimed land along the Hudson River for the Dutch. Dutch farmers and merchants settled that land all along the river. They called it New Amsterdam, which Amsterdam is a city in Holland, okay? And it became a very busy and prosperous port town. It would later become what we know as New York City. Roanoke is one of the most mysterious and interesting colonies that was set up. Sir Walter Raleigh helped to organize and establish this colony on what's called Roanoke Island off the coast of North Carolina. Queen Elizabeth granted Raleigh that charter, so the permission to set that up with a document permitting colonists to settle on the land claimed by their ruler. The capital city of North Carolina now is Raleigh, named after Sir Walter Raleigh. Is that just a coincidence? No, let's be real. Raleigh had explored North America as a soldier, so he thought that he could make it work. Unfortunately, those people could not find enough food, and winters were harsh. So could they really survive? In the year 1587, Raleigh sent someone named John White and another group of 100 colonists to Roanoke. Again, the colony struggled and they were running out of food, okay? They were really struggling. They didn't know if they were going to make it through. White returned to Great Britain to restock their supplies, but when he returned to Roanoke Island in 1590, the entire colony had vanished. All that was left of the colony was the word Croatoan, carved into a tree. That's it. That's all they could find, okay? Croatoan was the name of an island not too far away and of a Native American tribe. To this day, it's still a mystery as to what happened to them. Were they captured by the Spanish soldiers? Did they die fighting a battle against the Native Americans? Did they move south to live with the Native Americans? No one knows. It's a mystery, okay? Jamestown was another really permanent settlement. That's the one that John Smith started. In the year 1607, 120 colonists established the Jamestown colony near the Chesapeake Bay in eastern Virginia. They sailed up a river and they named it the James River, okay? They chose a peninsula on the river that would be easy to defend and decided to live there. They built houses, a church, just a whole community and a fort, and named it Jamestown. Their land was really low and swampy, and the air was full of mosquitoes that carried diseases. Gross. I'm definitely not one to live there. The water was salty. It was dangerous to drink. Almost half the colonists died that summer because of the harsh conditions. They used their time to search for gold when they should have been planting crops for the winter, okay? With only 38 survivors left, they elected Captain John Smith as their leader. We know that he wasn't such a great guy. He was not very good to the Native Americans in the area. He enforced a policy, no work, no eat, so the people had to work. They began building homes, building wells for fresh water, planting crops, and fishing the river, okay? Smith also made trade relationships with the nearby Powhatan tribe, okay, which we know turned pretty ugly. The corn they planted kept them alive for a while, and they had peaceful relations with the Native Americans. But in 1609, Smith returned to England because of an injury. Once he was gone, the colony again suffered. They didn't have a leader. But so between 1609 and 1610, the colony barely survived. Many people starved to death because they didn't have food. Someone named Lord Delaware became a new leader and brought more settlers and supplies, which revived that colony. Delaware required the colonists to work through the authority of what was called the Virginia Company. Jamestown continued to grow and succeed because of the popularity of a crop that they grew, which was tobacco. Tobacco became Virginia, which ended up being a state, as we know. It became their first cash crop. It was a crop that was grown for profit. Tobacco was high in demand in Europe, and so they grew a lot of it here and traded there. Tobacco farms grew astronomically in Virginia. The larger farms required more workers, so Jamestown continued to grow and flourish and require more colonists. The House of Burgesses became the lawmaking body of that colony, so it was kind of like a senate, okay, and helped establish self-government in the colonies of America. All right, that is it for today. I'm also going to try to find a video on the lost colony of Roanoke, and don't forget to do your show. Have a great day, guys.